All right, welcome back to Detroit Mercy Media Day. I'm Denny Kapp alongside Sydney Searcy. Sydney, you are former member of the Florida Gators, which is kind of cool. You spent your first 2 years at Florida. You're the only active member in this roster that has Power Five experience, if you will, SEC, Big Ten, etc. Can you kind of just maybe go into what you learned from that experience, how neat that was, and maybe how you're able to share some of that with your teammates here that haven't had a chance to play on a big stage like?
To start off, I do feel like there are, differences when playing in Power Five. And I know they're Division One all across the board, but playing in a Power Five conference, I had a lot of experience. Learned a lot of things. Was coached by somebody that was, a really good coach. I can definitely say that I learned, I'm not going to say more, but I was able to develop better as a player when I left from Florida, not because of any, particular reason, but just because of age and just, maturity. I was able to grasp things. But being at, a Power Five school and especially at University of Florida, which is a huge school for a lot of people, a lot of people's dream schools, it was a good thing. It felt good.
Imagine. You also had some family genes there, didn't you? An uncle or something that
Yes, my uncle. Yes, sir.
was it what
He played football.
football? That's
Hmm.
right. Cool. So talking to Sydney Searcy, the uh, lost my train of thought. Oh, you left high school. We were talking about your high school career a few moments ago off air. Just under 2,000 points scored, three-time first-team All-State, if I'm not mistaken. And then you go to Florida and you become a role player, coming off the bench. Me, I look at that and I'm like, that's a very humbling thing. But that's also a growing thought, right?
Right.
Maybe an initial sense of disappointment. You couldn't contribute as much as you wanted, but in the same token, you learned about yourself.
Right. The role that I played, I was a defensive specialist, so that's really where I upped my game in defense. I went in for like a couple seconds a game my freshman year, and was strictly just told to guard the ball full court. And that's kind of where I took pride in defense. I didn't really look at that in high school. I always wanted to be an offensive player, but that's where I kind of grew up in that on that level.
This team's going to need a little bit of both. How do you kind of envision your role working under Talent?
I have to be able to play both sides of the floor, offense and defense. I can't just be one sided. Got to be a leader too. I have to be a vocal.
There's a little note from your bio in Florida that fascinates me. I don't have great long, and I didn't discuss this with you off the air. You were tying your own shoes at 2 years old. Is that right?
Yes, I was.
Got to be a story behind that. Who?
I
Nothing.
no, I don't even know what the story is. I was just told I could tie my shoes at 2. I don't know what was. I have no clue who taught me. I just learned how. That's it.
When I was younger, 1984, I was 4 years old, and I'm told by my parents that Sparky Anderson, Tigers manager, was pulling Jack Morris out of a World Series game. I was up on the couch at 4 years old screaming at Sparky, leave him in, leave him in. So we all have some of those stories that we don't necessarily remember, but when you're told later on, they're pretty funny.
Right.
You also have described yourself as somebody who is fond of raw carrots. Is this
Yes,
what's
that's true. I eat carrots out of the can. Like I just pour them in a bowl and I eat. I don't cook
what
them.
is the draw? For me, it's a consistency thing, and if they're too raw, they have that tanginess, and that's one thing that I've always struggled.
Yeah, I don't know. Like my mom, she told me that if you eat carrots, your eyesight will be better. So I just started eating them out the can, just pouring them in a bowl, eating them out the can. That's it.
It's a good habit
I
to
don't
have,
heat
isn't
them
it?
up or anything. Just eat them.
Pretty diverse roster. I was discussing this with Brandy. Everyone comes from different parts of the country, and of course, you have a Spanish influence as well. Five players. What's it been like getting to know your teammates, and is there anyone in particular that you've really starting to grow a bond with?
It's fun having people that are like international people on our team. You just see like even going to the cafeteria, they eat differently. Like they eat different stuff. Obviously different language, different music that they listen to. Closest person would probably be my roommate is Tori. Talk to her every day. Yeah.
Coach said that you guys are participating in Spanish version TikTok. That maybe I missed the calls for coach. Oh, they're doing Spanish in their TikToks now. Tell me more.
Yeah, we are. We doing some Spanish TikToks. That's it. I mean, nothing really special about it.
I'm not a TikTok person, so I didn't know. I still have a little room to grow. But tell me, pregame ritual wise, anything you kind of do before a game to get yourself focused that you've been doing some good
I really
pray,
don't.
music, anything
I
particular?
listen to music. I don't take a nap. I don't like to take naps before games. I do my hair. Um,
Coaches help you or do it on your own?
no, I do my own hair. Same, almost like the same style every game, but I want to switch it up. But I really no, I don't have a
You get a
pregame. I
sneak
might not
peek.
even eat.
Get a sneak peek is what it's gonna what's it gonna be
Yeah.
when you switch.
I might do like 2 ponytails on the hair or a bun. You won't ever see my hair straightened during the season because it likes to blow up, you know. So
Off air talking to Sydney, and she mentioned to me that she thought at one time of getting into communications and news. I have to say, you have the posture, you have the confidence. I like it. If you ever decide to go back that route down the road, I think you have a future. But I understand you're. What are you looking to do now when your playing days are done?
I want to be a personal trainer.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
You're in the right spot. All right, thank you, Sydney. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Talking to Sydney Searcy here with the women's basketball program. When we come back, Jeremy Otto has another special guest. Stay tuned. You are watching Media Day coverage from Detroit Mercy's Callahan Hall.